then ether over. Okay, everything is just going bonkers here. This is Link to the Past, randomizer, cross keys. Everything's being synced up on my end now. My apologies for accidental spoilers, but trust me, a lot has happened.
Yeah, I'm missing everything.
So, okay, so what had happened there? So this is game 10. This is the best 2 out of 3. Game 1 right now, or round 10. Game 1 here. Game 2 tomorrow. And Dracarys passing up on the flippers in Link's house. Wolf taking the ether from Sanctuary and immediately finding Waterfall of Wishing. There we go. We are making some progress.
Did he just not open the chest in Link's house?
Yeah, he did a hard reset. This is for the Houlihan strategy later.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Whereas Wulfy started in Sanctuary instead, and thus is learning different things instead, such as, well, we're not going in there. However, we are going to head in there, the well.
Yeah, unfortunately no bombs, so he'll have to leave an item behind here, unless he gets lucky.
Big key to Mired, always nice. And, oh my gosh, both fairy fountains have been found with the Moon Pearl in the, Pyramid of Fortune Tellers.
Early Moople is a great piece of mining cross keys. No, unfortunate bunny walking over the overworld.
And C-shaped house has hook shot. And everything early today. And now Dracarys has those 225 rupees, now going to claim those flippers.
Of course,
And,
Wulfy finds a shot, but is unable to actually buy any bombs.
And, ooh, Turtle Rock front entrance has been found. Argus has the Quake medallion.
Yeah, super convenient entrance right there when you have 0 bombs, because that right pot will have a bomb every time you transition in.
Alright, we have Magic Bat over at the well today, and Quarreling Brothers at the Snitch House.
Wulfy not ready to use his only bomb to check a connector just yet. Hello, Eastern Palace. How you doing?
Goodbye, Eastern Palace. I've been well. And speaking of people who have been well, Fire Yoshi, thank you for continuing your support to the Zelda Speedruns family! Blacksmiths again.
Oh my god, Ganon is hammer locked. Or mirror locked, I guess.
And, I don't know where Wulfy ended up, but that was a dark room. Or one of the mountain paths, but we don't know which one, it is yet. We're probably not gonna find out for a bit. And, wow, Power Glove already.
Yeah, Kakariko with all the stuff.
More like this entire light overworld has all the stuff here. I mean, it hasn't even been 5 minutes. And look, back at the tavern has a cape as well. Everything's going so fast, I can't even type every single important item location. I may have to forego that this time. And a Recitador, Dracarys just remembered. It's been picked up now.
Looked like Wulfy stayed in that dark room for a little bit just to make sure it wasn't one of the old man ones.
Now there is one disadvantage here right now. Wolf is unable to. Ooh, hookshot cave.
Wow, that'd be really good if we had one more bomb.
Or
2. He needs 2 more.
2 is the magic number. And Fire Yoshi, flippers, we're at home. And is that a 50-50 bomb?
Twice he wins the 50-50.
I'm gonna have to remember that one.
I lost that roll, I think, like 6 times in a row the other day.
Alright, Hookshot Cave, bottle vendor, nothing. And, oh, nice! Wolf getting a little fancy there. But right now, all for the Compass of Eastern. Can't say that was worth it.
Looks like he's gonna check the connector. Dracarys can have an easier time here, having those hula-hand rupees he was able to buy a stack of 10 bombs. Not the most useful connector.
But hey, if we get the magic mirror, who knows? Maybe Venus's old home has something.
Okay, he fails the 50-50 on the 3rd attempt. Alright. Normal RNG.
And, ooh, Hyrule Castle left entrance at the small shop.
No weapon quite yet to get to most of the chests, but he'll definitely be headed back there. Lots of entrances, lots of chests.
And Saha Pod is our green pendant today.
And once again, Wulfy, short on bombs, has to leave some chests behind.
Alright, library today. There are some bombs. But yeah, as far as Kakariko goes, Turtle Rock, Eastern, Hyrule Castle, Saha, we got some good stuff here.
Yeah, early gloves in Moon Pearl is fantastic. Just one more item away from getting a normal way to get to the Dark World.
Well, it's not Nice Rod Cave.
See Wulfy check the race game here, and then probably head back to Kakariko for those chests he left behind.
Alright, Heart Container. Most runners are not going to go for that one. Alright, time to see what Saha's Tavern has in the stockroom. And we are loaded with bombs, silvers, and small key to Hera.
Basically a fetch quest.
Now, if there is some piece of good news, you know, since Pod is a green pendant, we know we're going to likely find the bow sooner rather than later, I think. At least that's how I've typically tried to treat the logic of these types of matches.
So it looked like Wulfy was going to go check the entrances, but then changed his mind and said, oh wait, I can kill the guards. Bomb's not the most efficient way to kill guards, but they are certainly an effective one. Unless you miss.
Still has enough to go for it, and what do you know? Refill.
So he opts to save and quit there after getting the first chest. The rest of the chests in there are logically locked behind the small key in Hyrule Castle. Possibly opting to maybe save scum that key, depending on like how hard it is to get to the back of Hyrule Castle.
Alright, heading over to Light World Hype Cave. Ah, blacksmith's close to home.
Whoops. Right back in that whirlpool.
Okay, I am going to receive some possible hate for this. I'm not the biggest fan of the flipper controls in Link to the Past.
Oh no, like, controlling yourself in the water is incredibly difficult, especially in those whirlpools, which have a much smaller hitbox than you'd think they would.
Alright, we are going to explore Saha's Townhome Connector. And it's Dark World Hype Cave.
Good thing we have that Moon Pearl.
And Lumberjack, I just saw that had a map, so we don't need that. And oh, that is the bottom of Paradox. With a mirror, we could get to the top.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not much use to us at the moment, but it is one entrance that you won't have to check when you find another way to get into Paradox later.
And Bomb Shop in the Light World, Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are our pyramid crystals today. And, uh-oh, that's trouble. That's the library with a big key. And I missed what was on the island while I was taking those notes down.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
Alright, Stumpy has our first sword.
It's always a nice item to find. Especially in the Dark World here, trying to traverse with so few hearts, it's really hard to avoid getting hit by enemies. Sword makes it a lot easier.
Agreed. Bird Lover not having much worth today? I mean, unless you really like your compasses. And, oh no, Wolf is 6 rupees short of digging game.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
So let's learn the stun prize. Well, it's vanilla, so 4 more to go?
Do you do this?
Yeah, just leave and come back, I guess.
I can't agree with this decision. I feel like you just come back to the game later.
The thing is, you're right over here, and we can already do, effectively, a Southern Hyrule tour in the dark, especially with the flippers, so I get why Wolf's doing this. The problem here, that diagonal makes it hard to not get pegged.
So, back at Desert Palace over here at Flute Spot 5.
And, ooh. Dracarys, being risky.
Stealing the key. Oh, okay.
Alright, Wolf going for digging with Dampe. And almost has his money made back. Nice.
Stealing the key is a really interesting call for Desert because, like, you effectively, if you spend the key to go check right side Desert out of logic, you're effectively adding an extra item to your required item list. But if Desert Palace isn't too hard to get to from a save and quit, like, you could just save scum it without too much issue.
And Saha was guarding east side of Desert. Or, sorry, east side Hyrule Castle, with center of Hyrule Castle taking us to the whammy. And that's Uncle's hole was Lumberjack. Then what was Lumberjack? Did I see anyone go there?
I'm not too sure.
And, okay, incoherent, fair. That was, the Zonk. Is that a little better? And, oh, wait, right, my apologies. Ooh, sick kid right there. And yes, we did start at Lumberjack. I was mixing up my entrances.
Oh, I thought we had Vanilla Sanctuary.
Ooh, that's like a tower over there.
So this routing is working out really well for Dracarys, like having those early gloves. Like, late gloves are pretty horrible for when it comes to routing the light world, because there's all these, like, single item, or these single entrances that are locked behind the gloves.
Well, we may have a single entrance, but we have 5 items here. While Wolf confirms what's actually at Sanctuary, Uncle. While Mini Moldorm Cave, very healthy and very knowledgeable with a book. And, oh, blue mail right by Uncle, too.
Not the most impactful thing to find, but it can make a difference, even for, like, high caliber runners like these guys. Like, some of the fights with low equipment can be pretty scary. The blue mail does help a lot.
And I had missed what that hint said, but it said something about Hera. Ah, Magic Bat is a compass to Tower of Hera, I guess. Thank you, Din. And, well, speaking of Hera, there it is on the island.
Yeah, unfortunately not going to be able to put the, a nice powder. Not be able to put the small key to use here with no fire source. So the compass to Hera was locked behind Hera.
Effectively. So, let's see here. If I'm understanding the way this map is right now, and all of the rest of the knowledge we have, I'm wondering if perhaps the Dark World shopping mall has something. We do have access to it.
Yeah, it's not terribly unlikely with their early Pearl and Flippers.
Alright, Myers Shed for Wulfy. Small key to GT. Whereas one of the Light World shopping mall's entrances has Blind's Hut. With a small key to TR. Small key to Hyrule Castle, that may come in handy. A bottle. And some bombs.
Looks like we're going to get those Dark Shopping Mall checks, though, here from Wulfy.
And also, I think the remaining hole that we have is the Lost Woods hideout, which means that's in the pyramid today. Dracarys wins the unofficial Hotel Mario mini competition. And I don't think the eye lasers liked that. And that was 2 entrances to Spectacle Rock right there, wasn't it?
I was like, why did he walk in just to see what the item was? And then I figured, like, he'll probably just check the other exit while he's doing it, but then he just finds the item this way.
Oh, okay, that hint is just rubbing salt in the wound. This game is proving to be mean to our runners. But now, we haven't seen this exit. Alright. Remote part of Turtle Rock. Oh! or remote part of Death Mountain, there's Turtle Rock. That's the treasure entrance.
Yeah, so both of our runners found their way into Turtle Rock from different directions. Just a bottle, though.
But right now, we are almost done checking Light World locations. I mean,
Wulfy's going after this Pokey. This is a very dangerous endeavor.
Yeah, it takes a lot of spins with the fighter sword. But gets it. And, well, there's the laser bridge entrance!
And Laser Bridge is in logic for us with that cape.
Yeah, it's like Turtle Rock's entrances are actually spread out through three of the four corners in the Light World and one corner in the Dark World.
So we see Dracarys intentionally falling off there to get iframes to easily walk to the nearest chest. He can do the same thing here with the top chest. But for the center two, he's going to have to time some movement to get past these lasers.
Or use the cape.
Well, that's the coward's way out.
There
Nicely
is-
done.
There is nothing wrong with using the cape in this situation.
course.
Oh my gosh! The ice
cute.
rod is there.
Very cute.
Well, now we don't have to hunt it down for Trinex.
Is this even rando? Ice Rod and its vanilla location?
That wasn't its vanilla location.
Are you sure?
Yes! The vanilla location for Ice Rod is the Ice Rod Cave.
That's what they want you to think.
Coy, stop being coy. Anyway, let's see what type of value King Zora has.
Of course. Turtle Rock key. Makes a lot of sense after you check everything in Turtle Rock.
And the other key, Ice Palace. Which I guess having one small key helps.
Yeah, one small key helps a lot with the routing, but it's not necessary to have any to full clear it. Hopefully going to check the, what is it called? The Pond of Happiness.
And that's where Hera is. And, unfortunately, Red Gyarados, I don't remember. I know it was found in Blind Sight, which I believe was in the Light World Shopping Mall. I am trying to write down where we find major items, but, keys are not major enough in my eyes. Or I just have so limited room to work with here.
Probably just worry about the important ones like Swamp.
Alright, fair point, audience, I'll work on it. So yeah, that is, I want to say most of the Light World locations checked, with the exception of Desert Palace entrance and maybe Eastern Palace. No wait, we did see Eastern Palace entrance, right? Which means, unless Desert Entrance has something, we need to go back to the Dark World.
Yeah, there's still quite a few stuff in Dark World that we can get to logically. I think we haven't seen, like, Pod and the entrances over there. pyramid catfish.
Actually, catfish. Yeah, you're right. Catfish should be available. The tracker I'm using claims otherwise.
Wulfy was in the area where he would go to those entrances, but when Dark Shopping Mall took him over to the Light World, he continued that route.
Well, now Dracarys is going to head back to the Dark World.
I have one, Incoherent. I do.
Incoherent, I have toyed with the idea of trying to make one before. I at least have sort of a plan for it, but I'm gonna need some time and or maybe some teamwork to work with others because I want to try to do it properly.
Yeah, the one I have is pretty jury-rigged.
So, if anyone wants to speak to me after this race about some of my thoughts regarding that, well, you know where to find me. Alright, Dracarys going to go to Stumpy and Dig game, so we will have a sword for both runners. And
Where are you headed, Wulfy?
well, I'm suspecting Eastern, to be honest.
Yeah, it does look like one of the more dense places it can go for progression. Oh, we're checking Magic Bat.
I don't think Wolf picked up the hint that it's just the compass.
We'll have to find out the hard way.
Hard way confirmed. And now, I don't think we've seen this connector go through yet, have we?
No, I don't think so. This is brand new. Well, hi there, Light Death Mountain.
We will take that. So this gives us plenty more spots to check out. And hello, Right Side Desert.
So he'll stay on the mountain for a little bit and check these other entrances, but that is a pretty spicy place to be headed.
I mean, it makes sense. Plus, ooh, Dark Room? I recognize that movement. We have found the Death Mountain Ascent.
Meanwhile, it looks like Dracarys is headed over to the East Dark World. Probably down to the shopping mall first, though.
And there we go. Old man retrieved. And oh, we're not going to have the fancy item give, but oh, hey, we at least have 2 more spawn points.
What's the fancy item give?
Basically, you literally drop you literally jump off the ledge right by the old man's house, and then just sort of walks down the cliff to the cave through the top.
Oh, like an inverted.
I don't think it made a difference whether it was inverted or not.
Oh, like typically that's how you get them there in inverted, because you bring them from the top every time.
Ah. And, oh, Wolf realized this is a good opportunity to farm some money. we may need it to get us to Kiki.
Stops at 92. I'm not sure what he was throwing money specifically for.
In that case, I have to agree with you there. That's kind of arbitrary. Oh, well, there we go. Enough to play this game.
But does he go back to replenish it?
And oh, there's the top of Paradox. Or at least what I call the top, anyway.
I think the top's always the top.
Well,
it's the middle and the bottom that are paradoxically.
And oh, well, that's what I call the middle, and the middle this time happens to be the desert blocked entrance, so we had access to this cave. And well, there's our fire rod and our shovel. We've already found the big key to Turtle Rock, so we are just one Cane of Samaria and one sword/hammer away from taking out Trinex. Speaking of hammer, that's Mimic Cave. Small key to Mire.
There's all that money Wulfy was looking for.
And a flute, and a bug net.
Very handy items. Saving and quitting, opting not to go into the Desert Palace entrance, but you can just flute back up there now.
Well, we have to activate the flute first.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he doesn't have to worry about getting Desert out of the way right now, because he has to go activate the flute anyway.
And Catfish with just a piece of heart.
Yeah, so Dracarys opted out of the Palace of Darkness area checks to go up to Catfish, and with the hookshot, he can get over to West Darkworld and continue leaving those checks behind.
Yeah, effectively we can do a whole loop. So, not a bad idea. Granted, it's not our traditional entrance to the Dark World, but... And oh, okay, according to chat, we are still missing a bit more magic. But for now, I don't know whose audio we have on the stream, but hopefully you folks get to hear the music.
So Dracarys did choose to go back south to get these pod checks.
Alright, esteemed guests, the goose is loose! And oh, it was Drax music that was on. Alright, I'll do that again. So Wolf is going into Hyrule Castle now, has both keys, while Dracarys is hoping for Monkey Hut to be successful. Ooh, Spike Cave.
Yeah, the Hyrule Castle key does put both of these checks he's doing into logic now, so he won't have to worry about having to save scum it. Oh!
Misery Mire at this stage.
This would be a lot nicer if he had that fire rod.
And a Cane of Samaria.
Well, the cane would get him to Vitreous, it's true, but maybe not the boss he wants to be fighting at this point in time.
Wolf. Excellent position against that, knight. Now, what is inside Zelda's jail cell? Nothing of importance. And, well, for those that were concerned about fire sources, there you go. First chest in Misery Mire has the lamp.
That is very convenient for Dracarys. He can now get to the 2 chests on the Firelock side. Not grabbing the spike chest? Maybe just trying to preserve a little bit of health.
We'll probably pick it up after taking care of the big key chest, or taking care of the big chest. I think
Yeah,
I
it's
understand the
fine.
route Dracarys is going for. But in the meantime, Wolf is in the Dark Cross. Now, I should at least make mention of this now. Wolf has used the fire rod to light the torches. In version 31 of this randomizer, which is currently in active development, that may be logically required in order to access that chest. So, consider it good practice to try this dark room.
I know they're doing that for like the Rupee Basement and Pod or the that other one. Words.
Eastern Palace?
Yeah, the Eastern Palace way to the boss, because the torches are so close to where you zone in. I don't know if the Dark Cross one is going to be in logic though.
There are torches to light, so maybe.
Yeah, but you have to cross other dark rooms to get to those torches.
Point. Also, Hyrule Castle didn't have much. Alright, what's the hint say in Mire? Northwest Dark World building, I think it's Hype Cave.
I guess that's the chess game?
No, bounty of 5 items. We haven't seen Hype Cave yet.
No, I mean the chess game entrance.
Yeah.
The Northwest Dark World. I don't know exactly what that's referring to. Sounds like Village of Outcasts though.
Yeah, I agree. So at the very least, we're going to have quite a bit of items here.
I gotta think this big chest has something.
Well, they always have something, but how's a bombos for you?
Hello!
That's a bow.
That is.
And the final accessible chest is bombs. And there's the intentional death. I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Unfortunately, we can't actually reach any Bowlock locations quite yet. Still haven't found Pod, and we need the Eastern Big Key to get to Armos.
Well, perhaps this Pengator room has what we need.
Or what if it's a Vanilla Pod?
Well,
I can dream. We can dream!
you have about another 45 seconds to keep dreaming because we have a monkey to escort. And I appreciate... Okay, Dracarys was right to be cautious. Alright, do we wake up to an actual dream, a nightmare, or something in between? Survey says...
Big Key.
Checkerboard Cave.
Eastern. Eastern. Eastern!
Hera!
Boo!
Well, maybe Aga Tower will give us something. Not necessarily something useful, but...
Yeah, a little surprised he didn't switch over to the Fire Rod, though, to get to that first room a bit faster. But he's pretty good at those 8 slashes.
And, yes, Tesla Coil, Hera has been found at, Lake Hylia, Venus's hideaway. Alright, and now for Wulfy to learn about... well, one of the items in Ice Palace.
The big difference makers right now are the Fire Rod for Wulfy and the Hera Big Key for Dracarys. Which means both of them can get some of Tower of Hera, but not all.
Honestly, if we could get a little... oh my gosh, look at the sink here for Sick Kid!
You don't see a lot of sync in cross keys.
Now, I'm looking at what our runners have, potentially here. Skullwoods may not be a bad idea.
Oh, Dracarys has the lamp, that's right. He can full clear Tower of Hera.
But again, they're not going to go to the basement, so that's pointless. However, Dracarys is going to end up in Paradox Cave, which will take him up to Death Mountain, whereas Wolf is trying to, well, already in Death Mountain, trying to get to the other side.
What do you mean he won't go to the basement? Did we find a hint for it?
I thought we did. Oh no, it was that had comes to Hera. Never mind, I got that mixed up.
If I remember correctly, Hera was the Pond of Happiness.
Yes.
Over in Lake Hylia.
And apparently Pond of Happiness is now in the mountains.
We found it.
And now Dracarys is able to flute back once it's activated. Ah, a brewery has been found. Not what we're looking for, though. And, that's almost all of Death Mountain. Now, we still have Desert Palace to go through, and we still have a Spike Cave entrance and inverted Death Mountain ascent to check out. Which if I recall correctly, that's actually a fairy cave in the pure vanilla game, but...
Oh, the other entrance on Dark Death Mountain West?
Yeah.
I have to take your word for it. I don't think I've ever walked in that door. Outside of entrance rando.
Alright, Spike Cave today. Oh, fairy got moved over there. And that is correct, Cater. No one has spawned at the Elder spot yet, and... Alright, mini fairies have taken over. I'm not gonna ask how rent prices work in Hyrule. So Dracarys at this point now realizes where that other connector went.
I'd say it's in the trip.
Yep. Well, maybe. So right now... I really have to wonder... what will Desert lead us to? Still a number of places we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen anybody go in there yet. They just keep getting drawn away from it.
Maybe it's too hot over there? I mean, I know outside in my neck of the woods, it is a little hot for post-Labor Day.
If I remember correctly, it was Dracarys who stole the small key. Do you remember?
Actually, I think you were right.
So he'll want to wait to go into desert until he can get there after save and quit.
Now,
And with
hold
it being
on.
like on the mountain with the flute, it's really
Now,
convenient.
Looks like Wolf's also doing some key thievery. But hopefully Cobra719 will not follow in their examples of thievery. Thank you for continuing your subscription here to the Zelda Speedruns family. Did I say that wrong? I apologize. Please tell me I didn't mix up the channel name this time.
You sounded pretty good to me.
Thank you, Koi. You can keep on being Koi. Alright, Elder check.
Old man. Oh, that's not... Okay.
Well, it's potentially useful once we get the magic mirror. Now, how about the back?
Oh, we're going eastern.
Oh!
It's a new place with things we haven't seen. Yay!
Alright, Wolf in Eastern, and what is the medallion for the Misery Mire entrance today? It is Ether. So we do have access to it. Now, is the Ether medallion required for this? No.
Not today.
And Jacob, or Eastern Palace does have new checks for us because this is our first time seeing it.
Yeah, both runners found this, but neither decided to go in at the time. Which isn't too surprising with how early we found it. Not having the big key or the bow. Or the lamp at the time. Alright, surely we're going Hera now, right? Nope. Okay. Going pet check.
I don't know, and don't call me Shirley. Alright, what's the hint tile say? Back of Skullwoods? Fairy Fountain. Alright, that's one place we can eliminate. And now... Oh! Look at Dracarys! We are about to see a pedestal check! Alright, what's the goods today? A rupee pile! Okay. I believe that means it's 50 rupees.
I can't confirm. I think it's not 300. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, 300 would be a rupee hoard. Chad is disagreeing whether it's 50 or 100, but we are all agreeing that the big key to Eastern Palace is not here.
Eastern Palace not paying off for Wulfy. Oh, you're supposed to do your bird thing.
The importance of the bird thing was to be quiet during the bird thing.
Oh, right. I'm using the other audio.
We'll teach you at some point, Koi. Don't you worry.
Like memes, okay? Memes are for people who like memes.
You don't know your audience that well, do you? Anyway, I'm looking at our map of various places we found right now. Let's see, we found Eastern, we found Desert Back, we found Desert Right, we found Hera. I don't think we found Pod yet.
No, I haven't seen that.
We haven't seen Swamp Palace. We know where Skull Woods is, but we don't know where the back of it is yet. We haven't seen Thieves Town, and we've seen Ice Palace, Misery Mire, and Turtle Rock. We know where Aga Tower is. We don't know where Ganon's Tower is.
I'm so confused as to why Dracarys hasn't gone to Tower of Hera yet. Like, when he was in there the first time, he didn't have a fire source or the big key, but now he has both, and the flute to get there really quickly, and is instead doing Hyrule Castle. Maybe just hoping to find, like, a basement hint or something.
It's a more dense location to check in Hyrule Castle than it is in Hera.
Yeah, but crystals. I guess it might be abandoned.
We haven't seen map checks from any of our runners yet, even though some maps have been picked up. And the bow was found in the Misery Mire small chest to the left of the big chest. Where the big chest itself had bombos.
And Wulfy has finally found that mire entrance where he will get those items you just mentioned.
But yeah, at this point, either Tower of Hera is going to have what we need for the Light World purposes, or we need to head over towards the Village of Outcasts in Skull Woods.
Yeah, it's true. Like, we've had access to it for quite a while now, but nobody's decided to take the plunge because of how horrible it is to walk over there via the hookshot way.
It may be horrible, but sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah, especially with the information that Hype gives over there, it makes it even more juicy.
Is someone thirsty over there?
What?
I don't know.
I have a Dr. Pepper.
It's not really the best for, quenching thirst. I've heard that having sodas like that can actually make you more thirsty.
But then you just drink more Dr. Pepper and it's fine.
You misunderstand me. The drinking of such a beverage makes you more thirsty. You cannot survive on just that.
Still going strong?
That's because it's only been an hour. And you see, there's that hint to what I honestly believe is Hype Cave. That's where a runner should go.
We're finally going to Hera.
Oh, chat. Alright. We have now started the ascent to Tower of Hera. Well, Wolf has to be careful. Someone who has been careful, Elelwyn. I hope I didn't butcher that, but thank you for joining the Zelda Speedruns family. And, Small Key to Misery Mire and Ice Rod and Turtle Rock. We already have that, but thanks. Ooh, Master Sword.
Definitely a nice pickup, although we don't have access to either of the tablets yet.
And now, time for Dracarys versus Moldorm.
Master Sword should speed this up quite a bit.
As long as we get all the spins. That is all the spins.
Alright, so we're on pace for 1 boss kill per hour, so we should finish this race in the next, 10 hours or so.
Are you seriously trying to keep me up later than my bedtime? Anyway, we have a crystal for Hera, so we do need to take the place out. However, we haven't gone to the basement yet, have we?
No, he's doing this after the boss, specifically because, no mirror, so he's just gonna save and quit after this. And Wulfy's headed over to Palace of Darkness, which I think had the Herodic key?
That is correct. Inside Checkerboard Darkness. Or, I don't know, I'm gonna keep on transposing all these locations because, again, it's entrance rando.
You gotta have something Hera basement, right?
Again, there's always something. The question is it something you want?
That's pretty
We
good!
want that!
That's pretty good!
Basement likely required today. Of course, we have to find the dang place first. And so, it is time to warp on over to... You know what? That will work. Dracarys is going to be the first to make our way, the long way, towards the village of outcasts, I hope. That's hookshot equipped for a reason.
I'm a little disappointed he's doing this.
Oh, wait, Dark World Shopping Mall first, I believe. But why are you disappointed?
Well, because we found Desert Right, and there's 2 more entrances there that we haven't seen. And at this point, with how much we've checked, it's really likely that one of the other 2 entrances just takes you over to Village of Outcasts anyway. But if he's going to Dark Shopping Mall, it makes a lot more sense. But he is not.
I mean, it's not like Dark World Shopping Mall had anything, but in this case, we just take the warp, and it works. And look at Wolf. Going to be in a similar position shortly, just wants to check out Catfish, and, what was in there again? Oh yes, a Mimic Cave.
And with both players stealing the key from the back of Desert, I gotta think they're thinking they were gonna put that to use sometime, but neither has chosen to do it quite yet. And with the flute, the right side to Desert was so accessible, just being there on the front of Death Mountain.
And
there's
wait, But
I guess
that's...
it was
Was it northeast instead of northwest?
it
What?
said northwest, but it's more north than chess game, but it's less west. I don't know. I didn't write the hint tiles.
Oh, it just said northernmost. Well, in that case, hint was accurate, but Hype Cave had nothing.
We just can't read, apparently.
Well, that was a bust. Sorry for wasting everyone's time. Chad is asking where the boots are. We don't know yet. What we do know is, actually, we don't know if that's for the, Turtle Rock Big Key yet, actually. Alright. A lot of... How many fairy caves are there again in this? Because I feel like we've seen a bunch lately.
At least 100.
Are you sure you didn't carry the one by mistake?
I carried it twice, just to be sure.
Maybe that was the problem. Alright, into the gargoyle we go.
Spiral.
Place we'll come back to later.
Yeah, definitely not the connector he wanted to find. Hello, Gannis Tower, though.
That's a little bit better. And the only drop-down I don't think we've seen yet is the Lost Woods hideout. But we will take half magic.
No cane or hammer here in Gannis Tower, or Gannis Tower Big Keys, so we won't be able to do much.
Well, Bob may have to say bye-bye today. That's a small key on the torch.
90% chance of being this swamp small.
And, ooh, map check reveals pendant at Skull Woods. And there's our potion shop. So, other than the entrance to Swamp Palace, I think Skullwoods is the play. We can get everything except the big chest. And for all we know, that big chest may just have the big key in there, which we technically don't need. Oh, we did see the entrance to Swamp? I had missed that.
I still want to see that desert play. Like, we didn't find any of the desert entrances over here. So, maybe leading somewhere we haven't seen, like the top of Death Mountain.
It's possible. But now Wolf's learned the bad news. And so... here's the thing, if Dracarys is heading to the back, it was just a fairy fountain. We saw a hint for that.
Yeah, I think Wulfy found the hint, though.
Ah. Well, hopefully Dracarys does actually go back to that room so that we can at least get the 4th chest.
Yeah, he'll grab this chest and then probably head back down to Village Outcast and do Spiral Cave. Unless this is something, like, magnificent.
Based off of our inventory, Magnificent would have to basically be Hammer or Boots. Maybe Cane of Samaria, maybe Magic Mirror. And that is not magnificent. Goodbye, cruel chest. We are out of here.
It's weird, right, that they haven't done Desert with both of them stealing the key.
I agree, Koi. I agree. I think they should go back there. Because most of the Dark World's been covered at this point.
I'd be a lot more understanding, like, if getting to Desert was, like, really out of the way or something, but, like, they could just flute there. It's right there.
Well, I mean, at this point, we don't have a choice, so without further ado, Spiral Cave, Dracarys is in Spiral Cave. What's it got? Some type of stuff. Hopefully, it's good enough, but look out! Dracarys in Spiral Cave.
Is that the Superman theme song?
Spider-Man!
Yeah, whatever. Same thing.
Oh.
Okay, now is the time. Right, Dracarys? No, never mind.
And it was just the other tunic upgrade. Well, we're gonna dive into Ice Palace.
This is definitely a big gamble.
It is a gamble, and technically it would involve some sequence breaks to... Actually, those sequence breaks won't help much. We only have access to 4 chests here. Thanks, chat. Alright, both of our runners are armored up.
I mean, Ice Palace isn't, like, the worst thing you could do. Like, this has been in Logic for quite a while now.
Only in Logic for 4 chests, though. No bomb jumps needed for them. But look at Wolf. We are finally entering Desert proper.
Yay! Okay, so he walks into the dungeon and he does a death warp here, so he can save and continue. So that he will then spend his small key that he stole, like the thief that he is, to see what's on the right side.
Alright. Chest 1. Blue potion, technically optional. And chest 2, red rupee. That bottle's being reset.
So Key Thievery ended up not being impactful.
Alright, you chest. Mappa Misery Mire, no thank you.
He doesn't go back to Desert?
Wants to finish Hera.
Oh no, yeah, that makes sense for him. Hera's a much better play.
And and Frieza room. Oh, there's Arcana Samaria.
Hey, we can do more things in Turtle Rock now.
And Misery Mire.
Oh god, yeah, we can kill Vitreous.
We kind of have to. I mean, Vidi does have a Pyramid Crystal.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
Compass Shroom and Ice Armos too. Cane's a pretty nice item.
And now, the remaining chest that is accessible, the Iced Tea Room. With money.
We didn't find that red boomerang though. Feels bad, man.
That means the red boomerang is either hammer-locked or big key-locked. We'll find out soon enough, but for now, Dracarys is thinking front portion of Turtle Rock. Wolf has to be careful. There we go. Wolf now has a crystal to his name.
All tied up.
And small key to GT, not what we need. Turtle Rock front entrance, not paying off much.
So probably headed to Vitreous after this.
I'm gonna say desert instead. No.
I don't remember where Meyer is, so I'm not sure where he's going.
Turtle Rock Laser Bridge. Dracarys wants to take out Trinex.
Oh.
Though, of course, there's also the Crystal Roller Room, but here's the thing. This is going to have to... No, this is going to have to be a save scum. Oh, right, no one has the big... I mismarked that on my tracker, thank you. Alright, Wolf is back in.
Here, we're going back to desert.
Yep.
Oh!
Single Crystal Roller Room has our hammer!
Makes the hammer locked behind Ice Palace. What a seed!
Oh, that's nasty.
I guess like it could be locked behind the Turtle Rock Big Key as well. We haven't seen yet.
We haven't seen that yet. We did just see the blue boomerang though. But yeah, effectively Ice Palace is a forced double dip. Torch item pointless. And now Dracarys is in Misery Mire. However, we still have to figure out where these two entrances of desert take us to. Left side.
Oh, rip!
Oh
Rip!
my gosh! Sanctuary bonk rocks. We have to go through this again. That is just rude. Let's try the second entrance, why don't we? Ah!
Maybe something?
That's a definitely something! That is our reservoir! Time to unleash the floodgates.
Yeah, so currently Dracarys has a pretty big advantage with the cane and ice leading to the hammer and Turtle Rock. But the TR Big Key would also give access to that hammer, so if Wolf's route takes him to the TR Big Key, he would actually gain a lead over Dracarys, being able to single dip Ice Palace.
And, that's a strange save and quit. Wrong destination?
He was checking the item that the dam unlocked.
Ah, I missed what it was. Apparently it wasn't anything important.
We did find Swamp, didn't we?
I don't have Swamp Palace marked on my map.
Oh.
Anyway, here's Vitreous. And there goes Vitreous. Pyramid Crystal obtained along with a small key to Pod.
Which we still haven't found.
That you're correct on. Overworld-wise, we only have one new location available right now, and that would be the Hammerpeg House in Village of Outcasts. Which means everything else has to be in one of the dungeons we've already seen.
We also have like Spike Cave and Mimic Cave.
That
were
is true.
unlocked by the hammer.
And here is Spike Cave. If you want, pretend I sang the song for Spiral Cave earlier. Just replace Spiral with Spiky, and there you go.
Yeah, Ganon's Tower is looking pretty good for progression.
I have to agree, Cool Papa Bell.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dracarys is the only one who can actually capitalize on that, having both the cane and the hammer.
And thanks to that map check, Desert Palace has to be beaten.
Unfortunately, Wulfy, now headed into Ice Palace, was unable to find the TR Big Key, so he'll have to play catch up here with Dracarys.
Which means, probably not gonna be happy upon seeing that Cane of Samaria.
Looks like Dracarys is going to check that hammerlocked house you were talking about.
Alright. Oh, nothing.
Not super useful.
So, GT it is.
Yeah, this makes a ton of sense for Dracarys. This is quite a few items he can get to.
Starting with Tile Room. So this is probably a good time for everyone to stretch, maybe hug a wall.
The walls are your friends.
Unless you're playing Wind Waker, in which case the walls don't exist. And if you don't believe me, just, trust me. Walls don't exist in a lot of Wind Waker speedruns, and... Ooh, small key to thieves.
Now if we could just find theme sound, then we'd really be cooking.
Alright. 20 rupees. Heart container. 10 arrows. And another heart container? And... Right, I guess Dracarys would prefer to go left side, the traditional way, to not only get those items, but also take out the Armos.
I believe it's faster to go down the right side, though. The rooms are just unsavory. But it makes a lot of sense, like, without the Gainus Tower Big Key, like, you kind of want to put Ice Armos off to the very last, so that you have a greater chance of grabbing the big chest while you're there.
And so, the Dark Magician Room. Compass to Misery Mire. Piece of Heart. Intermission show with Ether. 10 arrows. And another small key to pod. And the map room only having a heart container. At the very least, our runners are finding health right now. So, enemy difficulty will, for the most part, not be a problem. And now the Fire Snake Room. Small key to ice. That's a little too late, I think. So how about that rando room? 20 rupees. Second known shield. Small key to desert. And third known shield.
Yeah, not a very useful small key. We did already see those two checks, and they were not.
We are now down to the 4 chests by Ice Armos. 1 before, 3 after. And, oh, Titan's Mitts making their semi-rare appearance in this entrance rando.
Fantastic find. That opens up quite a few locations we haven't seen yet.
Not as many as you're hoping.
Well,
But-
given the number of dungeons that we haven't seen yet, the likelihood that we're going to find something really good behind those mitts is super high.
That is fair. And wow, our most knights just guarding maps and a piece of heart, and none of the maps were useful. But regarding these specific locations that we now have access to, we have access to hammer pegs, which in this case we know is a storyteller. We can turn the blacksmith into a human again, and then escort the purple chest. Regarding actual new locations, there's one spot in Light World Death Mountain that we have access to, but that doesn't give us much.
I gotta think Hammerpegs has to be like Thieves Town or Pod.
Hammer pegs is a storyteller. We saw that through a hint.
Oh. Then crap. Yeah, the myths don't do hardly nothing.
Jopo, the reason why Ice Palace doesn't help in this case is because that was the other end of Hookshot Cave. Also, blacksmiths were apparently creating additional money.
Looks like Dracarys is headed back to the real Ice Palace, though, where he does have access to 2 more checks on the right side, as well as Coldster himself, if we Ice Palace bomb down.
Oh no,
he's going somewhere else.
Dracarys never went to Hookshot, or not on this end. And I think he just realized, wait, I've been here. And, question regarding whether Wulfy had silver arrows or not. If Wulfy does have them, they're turned off.
Why would he do that, though? He must have not picked them up.
There were older versions of the rando where turning them off was useful, especially if you were to play the retro mode, where normal arrows would only cost 10 rupees a pop, but silver arrows cost 50 rupees a pop.
Yeah, it's
So
still a thing.
Yes, retro mode is still a thing.
He must have turned them off to, like, save frames, like Goomba's saying, at some point and just forgot about it.
It's not something we see our runners do much, but we'll keep it in mind.
Can you imagine if, like, this race comes down to, like, just the Ganon fight, and Wulfy forgets that he has silver arrows? And just loses 30 seconds for no reason.
That would be harsh. Speaking of harsh...
He does have them marked on his own tracker.
Yeah, speaking of harsh, Dracarys just learned about the Bonk Rock exit.
Yeah, very trolly exit to Desert Palace there. So this is really good for Wulfy, that he's making his way into GT before finding the hammer. He will have to find the hammer eventually, but everything that was hammer locked here was inconsequential. So all that time that Dracarys saved on that he spent on the left side, Wulfy may be able to avoid completely.
And now Wolf is about to gain another piece of Thieves Town. But we still don't know where the actual big piece is. And there's some discussion about entrances right now in chat. So, regarding new locations, there aren't that many, but Dracarys is heading to one of them right now.
Oh, the bottom of Fairy Ascension.
Yeah.
We did already see the
Oh,
two
wait.
here in the Dark World.
Dracarys?
Oh, he's
Changed.
going to these two first. That's not good.
Yeah, especially since Turtle Rock treasure entrance isn't really gonna help right here.
Hopefully he goes right back to check the other entrance. Looks like he is. Okay, good.
So, just to confirm, we do not have access to the vanilla Turtle Rock entrance. We don't have a way to get over there. Back of Old Man takes us to Right Mire Shed. Or, if you like to play the Super Metroid Link to the Past Combo Randomizer, takes us to Norfair. Lower Norfair. But oh no, Dracarys is checking out these two entrances instead, and they didn't take us anywhere.
Can we say for certain that Wulfy has forgotten that he has the silvers?
I'm not saying anything.
Because there's literally no reason not to use silvers on Beatrice and Ice Armos if you have them. He must have just forgotten.
Either he forgot them, or he never got them in the first place, or reset them after getting them from Saha. Well, Saha's closet, anyway.
Oh, that's true. Maybe he did save scum them.
And Dracarys has just flown back to Death Mountain.
Okay, now we're gonna check the new entrance, right?
Has the hookshot equipped, so hopefully? Here we go. This entrance is a dev cave.
Nice.
And a pointless hint at that.
Wow.
So this means Purple Chest may have something. Or we head back to Ice Palace. We have enough to get everything except the big chest.
Looks like that's what he's doing. I don't think we've seen Mimic Cave yet either.
Yeah, it's impossible to actually access Mimic Cave right now. Oh, right.
No, the real
Mimic Cave. Yeah. You're right. No one has done that yet.
Entrance is so confusing. We should call them like Mimic Cave and Mimic Cave Prime to avoid more confusion.
I'm trying to find where Mimic Cave was again. I may have mismarked it on my tracker.
I'm not too sure. I know it was like a little out of the way to go back there. Otherwise, we probably would have seen it already.
So Siberian, we have seen Mimic Cave. I'm trying to remember where we've seen it. Ah, Dark Potion Shop. There it is. I see it now.
Wulfy going all in with this purple chest check. He still needs to go back to Turtle Rock and get the crystal roller for that hammer.
Alright. Will the purple chest give us something good? No. Alright, folks. If I've seen everything correctly, that's all available entrances checked. Our answers are in the dungeons, or possibly Mimic Cave. And now,
our first one.
Yep, first check in Ice Palace. H-room with the magic mirror. That opens things up for us.
That opens up quite a bit. I think Graveyard Ledge, the whole desert area.
Also, there's your red meringue.
Yay.
So yeah, at this point, most of Death Mountain is accessible front and back. Graveyard Ledge is accessible. Top of Hyrule Castle is accessible. Left side race game is accessible. Bombos, checkerboard, left desert, back desert.
Uh-oh. Wulfy's standing still. Crystal Roller Room in Turtle Rock is the answer to his ills, but he may have mistracked or forgotten about it.
I mean, I played a cross key seed recently myself. I've possibly mismarked something and had to stop playing because I couldn't find a key item anywhere. So, I get it.
Oh yeah, like 50% of my cross keys runs ends like that.
And Cold Stare is down for Dracarys. Just arrows, but also a crystal.
Oh, Wulfy figured it out. Alright, we're back.
Okay, that is good. However, Dracarys does have the 3-2 lead right now because of this.
Dracarys opting for the top of Death Mountain checks first. Poor Wulfy.
I mean, cross keys isn't easy. It's easily possible to get tilted, lose your cool. Just gotta try not to, really. I'm not
Persevere.
Yeah, I cannot give you the best advice for how to calm down on nasty seeds or settings, so... Honestly, this is one of the reasons why I try to be nice to the runners when I commentate. They're already going through so much. There's the blue cane, so this is probably a good time to say, please, follow our runners. They are putting in the actual work. Wolf38 and Dracarys. Don't forget about my commentary partner, Koi Stream. And don't forget about the trackers, Cool Papa Bell 2282 and Lord Xenu 230 for doing all the button clicks. You're just hearing Koi and me talk a whole bunch. I don't know if we're talking a good deal correct or what have you. Ooh, Tower of Graveyard with small key to GT. And Stom, please.
Oh, don't do that. Wulfy, Wulfy?
Where are you concerned Wulfy's going?
I thought he was going to GT for a second.
Alright, more storytelling. And... okay, that went by a little quick there, but something about a connector.
Yeah, Wulfy's just going to the potion shop. So Wulfy's hammer unlocks like the left side of GT, but we already know it led to nothing, so that's like his only saving grace right now. Hopefully he never goes back there, and then, you know, that'll put him in a much better position.
Alright, Turtle Rock is now open to us because of Bombos. Will this front entrance give us anything good? The back of Skull Woods. But here's the thing, back of Skull Woods is a pendant, so unless Mothula has something, this may not be worthwhile. Take that back, we'll at least take Tempered Sword.
I agree with our friendly people in the chat, though, that GT is the more attractive option over Ice Palace. But you know, when you last location the hammer and even like stand around and do nothing for a while because you forgot about it for a second, like, you got to be feeling behind, right? And in that case, Ice Palace is the bigger play. Like if you're trying to make a difference.
Alright, Dracarys versus Mothula's Arena.
Unfortunately, Wulfy is going back to GT. This is really unfortunate.
I mean, the play makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
We just know it's not the proper play to make here. And Mothula just has a piece of heart. So, we know that pendant is not going to pay out at all, but at least we verified it ourselves.
You never know, those 100 rupees on pedestal might end up being the difference maker.
Oh, there's Thieves Town. We needed access to that Turtle Rock. We need access to the magic mirror to get it.
Yeah, I think this confirms that it was like a logical triple dip of ice. Like, because we checked everything, so we know that the TR big key is going to be locked behind it. So that means that you had to go in for the cane to get the hammer, to go in for the mirror, to eventually lead you to the Ice Palace big key to get to Cults there.
If that is the case, that's evil.
I guess Mimic Cave could still be the TR big key, which, like, makes it a single dip again.
You mean double?
Yeah, that's true. It'd be a double. Well, I guess Trinex could have Trinex could have the Ice Palace big key, and then it'd be a single.
I am really going to hope that that's not the case.
Or not Trinex, the big chest.
Yeah. This seat is nasty enough as is.
Wulfy is headed back to Ice Palace. This is the play he needs to make. Everything is locked behind this mirror now.
However, we are still not necessarily in go mode yet. For that matter, note the big key counts. And... Okay, big chest in Ganon's Tower is pointless. Thank you, game.
It's kind of a nice hint.
But yeah, as I was trying to say, note how many big keys our runners have found here.
Oh yeah,
Tower of
most
Hera,
definitely.
yeah, Tower of Hera, Thieves Town, Misery Mire. This is one of those rare seeds where we're hunting more for keys than items right now.
Unique item in the attic there, Thieves Town.
That one's not helpful, Koi.
I added it to my tracker. So when I play the game, if I find a single arrow, I track it on the tracker. It's important, okay?
I mean, I guess technically there are hints that say that unique items can be found somewhere in those, and technically that single arrow is a unique item in the pool. Great. The fact that I raised its importance just feels, dirty. Alright. Big chest of Thieves Town. We haven't seen a hint for this one. Nothing. And okay, thank you for confirmation, amazing Ampharos. Apparently, cross keys does not do the unique item stuff, but it can tell you where the single arrow is on occasion.
Do the cross key hints weight unique items like that though? Like in open and standard, right? Like there's certain hints that will always be referring to one of the items. Are there hints like that in entrance?
To my knowledge, it is the standard ones of big key to GT because it's Keysanity, and into where the boots are.
And everything else is just random locations and stuff.
I believe so. Alright. Thieves Town beaten for Dracarys. Wolf now has the magic mirror. Thieves Town didn't have anything. And oh, there's one of the connectors we haven't seen yet, Bumper Cave. And wow, that was near Hookshot Cave levels. And spiral bunk rocks with our golden sword today. Karis remembering about that elder location. Ah, Kuko House. For a single green rupee. Thanks, game.
Looks like our next progression is likely to be over at the desert area.
Likely, yes, but there is technically one more entrance available in the Death Mountain area. The problem? We have to go through desert again. Desert Front takes us to the vanilla treasure entrance of Turtle Rock, and we have to mirror there to get to... Wait, that's Mimic Ledge. There was a hint for that. I forgot what that hint said.
I think it was a storyteller?
Still potentially useful. But Dracarys is deciding that the desert area has more value. Okay, there's a much easier to access storyteller.
Not very useful.
Hold on. Where did Wolf find Super Bunny Front?
Graveyard Ledge.
Ah, thank you. There's the small key to Swamp.
It's fine.
And back of Desert today is a shop. And
Man alive.
oh, Super Bunny back leads to Ganon's Tower.
So we do have a few more places we can go. It looks like Dracarys is headed over to Graveyard Ledge. But we can get to Hyrule Castle for 3 entrances, and then the left side of the race game. I don't think we've seen that yet.
That is correct. We also haven't seen Bombo's tablet yet. Or Mimic Cave. We know where Mimic Cave is, we just haven't seen runners go for it yet. Feargas, the VT Cave was a connector. And not necessarily a useful connector.
Yeah, I don't recall what it was. I think it was the back end of Spiral.
And okay, that is wait.
Palace
That's
of
Pod.
Darkness.
I have to. That's left side race game.
This is so awkward to find Pod so late in the seed and still not have the big key or even enough small keys to get everything.
I agree. And just to address the audience, because I understand the concern. No. I may be Wolfman 2000, but I am not related in any way to Wolf 38. So if it would make you feel better, you know what? I know I'm going to mess up the remotes, but I do not care. Just call me Danstad. Will that make things a little easier for you, chat, to know that I am not biased here? And, well, there's our pod small key concern. There's one inside the dungeon. So now we have a little bit more access.
So Dracarys does spend his small key to open the center door. This makes walking through the dungeon quite a bit quicker. But he might kick himself a little bit if he happens to find like the big key in the dungeon.
Nope, finds the 4th bottle instead.
He probably will still hammer jump to get to the dark maze, though.
I do not know how to do the hammer jump. What? I mean, let me rephrase. I know sort of the method of describing it, but I don't know how to actually do it in-game. Why don't you tell the folks how this works?
Essentially, it's just 2 pixel-perfect positions. You stand in this very specific place and place the bomb, and then you stand in this next really specific place and let the bomb hit you. It's not terribly difficult to do. It's just a matter of learning those positions.
By the way, big key to desert has been found. And a small key to Skull Woods. Cubs, that is not my Twitch account, and you know that. Okay, that's it. I'm changing it back. Cubs, we'll talk another day about how the account stuff should work. Harmless hallway, not having anything.
So Dracarys does spend his last small key there. So if he does find the big key over here, he will not be able to kill Helmosaur, but not that he really wants to. But we are going to get to see the hammer jump. So you can see him opening the menu over and over again to give himself time to find these pixel positions. And then it's just a simple matter of waiting for the bomb to hit you and holding up.
Big key to swamp, but we still haven't found swamp yet.
Hyrule Castle looking pretty good.
Yeah, Pod has nothing.
Oh, thank God. I was so worried about that mirror portal. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to grab his chest without walking into it. Did we find something good in Super Bunny? I can't recall. The Swamp Small, maybe?
That would have been it. But we don't even know if we need Swamp Small Key yet. We need either map of Eastern Palace or map of Swamp Palace to confirm.
Well, the Swamp Small is very concerning because it's going to lock him completely out of Swamp if he happens to need it and happens to find it. And Graveyard Ledge, which is where Super Bunny was, a little out of his way right now. Although it's possible he'll find, like, the other side. Oh, no, it was GT, wasn't it? Yeah, never mind.
Alright, here is the bomb. Here's Bombos. And it's a map to Hera. Dang it. But we can now take care of deserts, so makes sense.
Dracarys definitely has a significant advantage at this point. But with so many items we're still missing, or keys rather, I guess. Like, lots of things could happen. Like, a lot of time could be saved in Palace of Darkness, right? Like, if you got to go mode just looking for the Desert Big Key or something.
Yeah, the only possible useful item would be the boots to get one big key. Maybe the mushroom to get the potion item. Potion shop item. And Landmos only have 10 bombs. And oh gosh, chat wants Aga 2 to be required. Here's the thing, chat, we still need the Ganon's Tower big key before that's even an option. So it's a little soon for that. But, I mean, let's at least look at this right now. And yes, Ped is dead. There's either 50 or 100 rupees on the pedestal.
Looks like we're headed to the top of Hyrule Castle. I wonder if he'll go up and check Mimic Cave. It is out of his way for just one item, but Like, you're only looking for items, right?
Well, items and keys, really, but yeah. Except one problem, that's
He's
not...
not going. Where is he going? Oh, he's gonna take the whirlpool to Mimic Cave. Okay. Yeah, he switches to the hammer. This is Mimic Cave.
Alright.
No, I like this. I like this a lot. I didn't consider this, the whirlpool.
It makes sense. So, time to find out. Is Mimic Cave actually worth it? Fun fact, in the Game Boy Advance version of Link to the Past, this was the, iRock Cave instead. Small key, Turtle Rock. I guess logic-wise it's required, but...
It's fine, I guess. I was hoping for something amazing, because that location has been in Logic for so long now.
Well, unfortunately, it's not so amazing. It's not so breathtaking. It's not so beautiful.
And Dracarys going over to Graveyard Ledge instead of down to Pyramid. This is good for him if swap ends up being required.
Which, again, we still haven't found. Let me make sure if I'm I feel like there are still one or two connector caves left. After all, we still need access to the top of Bumper Cave. And really, all the other spots, they don't need a connector.
I think there was a Darkroom connector we haven't seen yet. Wasn't there a Darkroom at the Snitch House that we ended up not going through?
You're right. And the fairy connector. You're right. I don't think we've seen that. But look at Dracarys heading over to the big chest in desert, and hopefully, actually, we know that Mimic Ledge is a storyteller, but we may still gain some knowledge. I don't think we've seen a dedicated boots hint yet. Now, I know Amazing Amphros may have already stated that that may not exist, but...
What does he know?
And yes, we haven't seen a Ganon's Tower Big Key hint yet either. Oh, Big Key! Eastern!
Alright, looks like we're not going to Hyrule Castle for just a bit longer.
Okay, there is no boots hint in Cross Keys right now. Thank you. Well, Eastern Palace makes sense, and oh, Dracarys never went in here, so this is going to be a full clear opportunity. However, the only...
Go ahead.
The only checks we haven't seen yet are Big Chest and Armos Knights, and I don't think the rest of Eastern Palace had anything of worth.
Right, and then in addition to that, this is one of the two dungeons that we're not sure about, right? It could be a pendant.
That is correct. It's either going to be Eastern Palace or Swamp Palace. That's our final pendant or crystal.
But this is potentially a way for Wulfy to come out ahead, right? Like if Dracarys full clears this, gets nothing, and it's a pendant, and Wulfy manages to skip it entirely.
Well, remember, Wulfy hasn't skipped it entirely. Wulfy went into Eastern Palace already and got the first four. Yeah, first four in this case.
Right, which would increase the odds that he doesn't come straight back here after finding the Eastern Big Key.
That is fair. Nope, okay. Big chest, only having a piece of heart, and look at Dracarys.
Skipping the vanilla big key chest. This is quite a gamble when the majority of what you're looking for at this point is item locations.
However, this is technically a good choice.
Yeah, we know it's nothing, but he doesn't know it's nothing.
So then the question is, will Dracarys come back? Because it's kind of a long way. Even though this is a short dungeon.
I feel like if you skip this location, you do not come back until you have checked every other thing in the game.
And Amazing Ampharos, I have not seen a hint pointing to that chest. So, moment of truth. Small key to pod, and a crystal! Swamp Palace is our final pendant.
Dracarys getting rewarded time after time for these gutsy plays.
Which means, logic-wise, Turtle Rock Big Key is what we need. So, anyone able to put up a bet here? Where are we going to find that Turtle Rock Big Key?
Oh, it's in Swamp. It's always in Swamp.
Hey, hold on, chat. I know you're excited. Wait for the question to pop up and then do it, okay? And, I guess Jopo's bet counted. Interesting how that works.
I'm allowed to play, right?
Yeah, I made a bet.
I'm going left side Swamp.
Alright, we're on top of Hyrule Castle. Here is King's Tomb. With the map of Swamp Palace a little too late. Left one. Archery.
Okay.
This right one has to have something. Here's Swamp.
Hey.
And Amazing Ampharos! we just talked about that hint!
Wait, what was it a hint for?
The anti-fairy chest in Eastern Palace.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
So not only does Dracarys make like this huge gamble to skip it, he immediately finds out what it was afterwards.
Yep.
Amazing.
And there's a small key to Agate Tower.
Did anybody guess Agate Tower?
I did.
Oh, did you really?
Yes. I said the second chest in Agate Tower.
Wow.
Now, just so it's clear, Agate Tower is not the same as Agate 2. Agate Tower is the castle tower. Ganon's tower is known as Agate 2. it gets confusing, but we'll try to keep this as clear as possible. And what do you know? Wolf did turn on silvers in the end.
Oh my gosh.
We're probably gonna have to rib him a little on that one.
I don't remember him turning him off, but
And what do you know? Map of Eastern was in Swamp. That's not gonna help. And there's our last small key to Turtle Rock, and we are saying bye-bye to Left Side Swamp for now.
now I believe, like, as far as like checks per time spent or whatever, like Left Side Swamp is basically the same as the back in Pendant Swamp. But regardless, like Left Side Swamp just feels bad, right?
I'll give you the feels bad part, yeah. And oh, big key! Skullwoods!
Oh, I think he's noping out of killing Argus. He's gonna skip Argus.
No, maybe just forgot about the drain chests. There's the boots! Oh boy. No, actually noping out.
No Argus, no Left Side Swamp. Apparently the boots are good enough.
Oh boy, that's risky, but I get why.
Yeah, this leads to a big key, and he knows it.
Oh my gosh. If folks have been saying that this may be our big key.
Pot!
Ice Palace, Ice Palace, Ice Palace, Ice Palace! Ice Palace!
Oh my gosh. I think I just heard Dracarys. He said, are you kidding me? Seriously?
But first, we're turning in the Skullwoods big. And so, technically, this was a logical triple dip to get the Ice Palace Crystal. Which also means, ew. Alright, Big Chest in Skullwoods is a piece of heart.
So if Dracarys ends up going to like all these boots checks and finding nothing, while Wulfy stays in Swamp and maybe finds the TR Big, like, he might be a lot closer than he was before.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't fully blame Dracarys for this play either. Oh, Dracarys is going for my bet. Second chest in Aga Tower. I mean, it makes sense. It's relatively quick. And yeah, both runners need a Turtle Rock Big Key. And Wolf needs Easter Palace Big Key. There's a Big Key! Pod! Oh my.
Are you serious? Do me a solid, Wulfy. Left side swamp, fam. Let's go.
Question for the betting administrators. If it ends up that either King Helmasaur or Pod Big Chest actually has the Turtle Rock Big Key, if no one else bet anything related to Pod, do I get it? I don't know how this works. Oh, but look at Dracarys heading back to Pod now.
Wulfy's going left side.
And alright, as long as Dracarys knows the bomb jump again, then oh, Lord Dino, you've already covered that. Fair enough. Okay. Alright, that's fair, Cubs, that's fair. What does the Pod Big Chest have? The mushroom!
And they're really making these runners work for this TR Big. So where was the Eastern Big that Wulfy doesn't have it?
I've lost track. Oh my gosh.
Desert Palace Big Chest, oh that's unfortunate. So Wulfy's probably going to be end up full clearing Swamp Palace.
However, full clearing swamp may be the necessary thing. We are approaching the left side swamp here, 2 checks available. What are we going to end up with? We are down to 2 big keys. Beast of Heart is one of them. And the other, small key to Meyer.
Aww.
It is not left side swamp, I'm sorry, Koi.
It can still be Argus, though.
It can still be Argus.
Yeah, 2 items. I'm still missing 2 items for Wulfy. I just can't see him leaving this dungeon after finding the boots.
So, interesting locations that could be boots locked happen to include, Link's Bulk Rocks and Bomb Shop Bunk Rocks. Alright, King Helmasaur time. And, oh yeah, King's Tomb entrance is available.
I think he meant, what could they lead to?
Oh. We're on Fetch Quest City right now. I don't know. King Helmasaur drops money. And a green pendant. We are being sent all over the world as Wolf!
Oh, nope, and out. Not gonna kill Argus.
Well, that's interesting.
The boots weren't good enough, but boots and Skullwood's big key? Yes, please.
Alright, Dracarys does recall the general area where Sahasrahla is, and as I say that, heading in completely the opposite direction. And you're right, Quake was on Armos, I forgot. Not Armos, Argus. Yeah, Argus has Quake today. And both runners remembered that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna mark that on my tracker.
So, Wulfy making one of the plays that he needs to make, getting this big key here out of the desert.
Alright. Potion shop had nothing. Well, okay, it had 300 rupees, but that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for the big key to Turtle Rock. Will Sahasrahla have it? No!
My goodness.
Alright, at this point we are running very low on spots. I think now's the time to close the bets, please.
We're going Ice Palace big.
Oh my gosh.
I don't recall where the potion shop was. I would have thought he'd turn that in first, though.
Potion shop
he already do it?
was the brewery entrance. It had 300 rupees.
Oh, he already did it.
Alright. We have to... Again, if it ends up that Ice Palace actually had... I mean, no matter what, Ice Palace is a required triple dip, by logic. Our runners were able to double dip it by doing some bomb jumping sequence breaks. But technically, we weren't supposed to do those.
Wow, Xenu. Wow.
Alright, Wolf immediately heading off towards the Armos Knights. And Dracarys trying to hurry to that Freezor room. Moment of truth.
Is it the answer?
No!
Oh my god! Does that just leaves the booch text, right?
Boots checks, King's Tomb entrance. Mushroom was turned in already. Yeah, Dracarys is going to the King's Tomb entrance. And inside here... Fairies. Nope. Wolf continuously passing up on that mirror shield. And heading over to Aga Tower. While Dracarys, I think, is heading to Bomb Shop Bonk Rocks. And then is able to mirror after that. Alright, here we go. Bomb Shop Bonk Rocks. Agina's Cave! We forgot about this!
Oh.
And yes, pedestal was checked. Does Agina have what we need? Big key! Ganon's Tower!
Hey, that's 5 more items.
Effectively, but ouch! Now hold on, chat. There's still House Bonk Rocks. There may be another place we're forgetting. Never mind.
And I believe that does it for entrances. That's everything now, right?
That's all known entrances right now. There is still a connector, but at this point, the remaining connector is on the pyramid. Basically, the connector would be Big Bomb to pyramid, which would take us to back of Bumper Ledge, which we would mirror to get to the Death Mountain Descent. That's the only spot left. Our connectors are covered, folks.
Maybe that dark room as well. In the Snitch House.
You're right. I always forget that one.
We only found the one dark room, like, right?
No, we found the Death Mountain Ascent.
Yeah, we found like those two are connected, and then the back of the mountain cave is by itself, which we found obviously. And then I think we never found anything that connected to the Darkman Snitch House, which that makes it that one cave. The name of is escaping me.
No, fair point, fair point. But look at. I'm just.
Descent. That's right. BM Descent.
If this seriously comes down to, you know, required. Okay. I'm trying to re-find where I had marked Swamp Palace on my map. Right, it was on the roof of Hyrule Castle. If this was seriously Ice Palace to mirror to Swamp Palace to Boots to just this.
Oh, we did find another dark room. Okay. I had missed that one.
That was the one I noticed, but, again, I don't think we saw where they all connected. Alright, whiz robes are down. So of course, bunk ourselves in the head to forget about just how evil they are. Chat thinking that pedestal seeds would have been better here. Alright, torch rooms are covered. Mini Helmasaur rooms, we are down to one big key, but that's a small key. There's our Angle 1 access, which we don't need. Oh my gosh, is this seriously going to come down to Moldorm's last possessions? Please say no, please say no.
That's gonna be the thief's hut, right?
Oh my gosh, it's even, no matter what, Dracarys is gonna have to be a thief! No! This is bad! The inevitable conclusion's going to be opened! This is not right! This is not right! Seriously, don't do this to me, game. Seriously, do not do this to me! It was in the Lost Woods hideout, which is in the pyramid, isn't it?
That's so amusing.
Sorry, I have a thing about that chest. Don't worry, Recitador, I'm good.
Do you need a Dr. Hooker? Because I have
Sorry, that particular chest, I get that it has a lot of meme names, but there's a specific meme name that I am not a fan of. And so, I really don't want people to take it. Lily, effectively, yes. We are now going to go into the Lost Pyramid hideaway and see if our big key to Turtle Rock is in here. There it is! AGA 2 required on cross keys!
literal full clear. That was last location. Like, there was nowhere else in the game. Effectively.
So congratulations to Mercuric Wanderer and Tannerin for basically getting this correctly. But yeah, effectively, in combination of all of the knowledge that we've gained through hints and stuff, this was effectively a 216 seed. And, well, there's another winner, technically. Red Gyarados did say it was the Lost Woods hideout, so... And, sorry, Lord Xenu, we had more specific guesses. And so we end Turtle Rock with Trinex giving us a piece of heart. And now we are ready to take on Ganon. And Fire Yoshi, Argus had Quake, and our runners remembered that hint, so they chose not to go for it. It makes no difference in the world. This was effectively a full clear seed. So now it is time to learn of Ganon's words of wisdom. And today, did you know? Nutrition experts recommend at least half of our daily grains come from whole food products. And now you know... And Wolf has the GT Big Key immediately climbing up.
I mean, obviously this seed is terrible, right? Like, last location, the Go Mode item behind Aga 2. But, like, routing-wise, this is actually a pretty friendly seed. Like, with the early Moon Pearl and gloves. Like, despite full clearing the game, Dracarys is still going to finish sub 240.
Well, actually, technically, the torch item didn't have... that had a small key. It was either for Pod or Skullwoods, but we don't have to worry about that. Dracarys has taken out Ganondorf and just has to cross the Bridge of Destiny. Destiny achieved.
Friendly using cross keys standards, of course. GG Dracarys.
With an official SRL time of 2 hours, 33 minutes, 42 seconds. Shall we bring him in for an interview?
I can't imagine he has much nice things to say about this seed.
Let's find out. Dracarys, GG.
GG.
Alright, I want to say this is one of the kinder networks when it comes to runners needing to let loose a little bit, so let loose.
I don't know. I've seen this Ice Palace double dip way too many times. It's always the hammer lock behind Ice Palace. I don't know why.
It was a triple.
I mean, the triple dip wasn't really required in the sense.
No, it was.
I mean, yeah, it was logically required for the big key, but you could have just skipped the big chest.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I didn't want to go back to Ice Palace for the longest time after I got my hammer because, well, I didn't have the big key. And then, of course, the mirror had to be in Ice Palace. Of all places.
And then the Turtle Rock Big Key treasure hunt.
Yeah, that was a fun one, but that's what always happens when you're missing one big key for go mode and you're missing 4 other big keys you don't need. You will always find the other 4 first.
And that's exactly what happened here. The last big key was found at the worst possible spot. Stupid Aga 2. Can't believe that was actually required today.
Well, you put on a heck of a race. Wulfy unfortunately had, I guess, like, mostly it was the Eastern Palace double dip, and then he lost like 2 minutes orphaning the hammer. But for the most part, both of you just full cleared the game.
I mean, yeah, that was basically what the seed wanted us to do. It's pretty hard to not full clear this one, I think. Like, it starts with the cane and Ice Palace. You just don't want to go into hammerless Ice Palace when you have better options, and at some point you have to, and then all you find is the cane, which leads to the hammer, but then you get bottlenecked by the mirror again, which means you have to go into Ice Palace again without a big key, which you don't want to do. So it's just set up in a way that your last location stuff all over the place.
That's the nature of how things go here when it comes to cross keys at times. It's just, you know, unfortunate that this had to be how it rolled. But your troubles aren't over yet. This is a best 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah, we're gonna play the game 2 tomorrow at the same time.
Well, with that, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
However, I also have to wish Wolf luck as well, so please understand.
It's only fair. Both runners get lucky.
Oh, one thing I didn't mean to ask about, though. The Eastern Palace vanilla big key chest. How confident were you in skipping that location?
Not very, but I was like, okay, Wulfy has been here like 2 hours ago. If the boots are in that chest, I have lost anyway. Let's just skip that, and then the next hint I find just tells me it's nothing anyway.
Yeah, that was a nice hint.
Yeah, unfortunately, there were a lot of good hints. There was a hint for the GT big chest as well, which you, well, kind of orphaned as well, because you did GT basement when you finally got the hammer, and, well, the GT big key was kind of late, so the chest was orphaned, but we got a hint for that. Unfortunately, there was no hint for the Ice Palace big chest. That would have been a better one, probably.
Yeah, there was a hint telling you an item in Ice Palace, but you had found it while you were getting the mirror.
He also managed to skip out on left side swamp, although I guess that makes that made a lot more sense to me, right? Because like you knew that the boots led to at least one big key.
Yeah, I knew the boots led to at least one big key. I got the Skullwood's big key as well, which means it's like at least another location I can check. I'm just gonna check all the boot spots, and if it's nothing, I'll come back to left side swamp. But then I got my GT big key and was like, okay, well, I only have GT climb and left side swamp left anyway, so let's just do GT climb first. Because I can't just check left side swamp afterwards, premiering on the pyramid.
And now Wolf is dealing with Trinex. But yeah, this seed was just... It gave you a lot of stuff at the beginning. And everything was, yeah, bottlenecked by Ice Palace, and then you had one more big round trip to... It was just... Yeah, it was a thing. And unfortunately, Koi, your prediction that Wolf would sub 240 has been defeated.
I said Dracarys would sub 240.
Oh, I thought you said that Wolf would as well. My apologies.
Now, we're talking about how despite this being like a really terrible seed and having to full clear the game, like like 233 when you did everything. That's not that bad. Like the routing for through this seed was mostly, nice for cross key standards. Like the early Moon Pearl and Glove.
The mirror was really late though, which means we had to backtrack a lot for all the mirror stuff. But apart from that, like the flute was pretty accessible early, so you could check all the life with the flute basically if you just followed the connected to Death Mountain, which I didn't, unfortunately. But yeah, like the movement options, even with the glove early, were pretty good. You had a lot of stuff that you could just route together early.
I guess bootsless for 99% of the siege wasn't very nice.
Yeah, but you're getting used to that. It happens in way too many seeds.
We gotta get on a Synac for creating a cross keys boot start for the Sahasrara bot.
Nah, I'm not a big fan of boot starts. Just means hovering is even more powerful.
And
GG.
yep, GG to Wolf38, also known as Wulfy, with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 41 minutes, 47 seconds.
Hey, good game. That was pretty ridiculous.
A little bit.
GG.
Yeah, this seed, I'm trying to think of a good comparison here. I guess we could compare this to like a bow tie, where it was very big, wide, many spots at the left, kind of very tight in the middle with Ice Palace, and then it opened up right after that.
Would have been nice to do an early Ice Palace tip. But
Yeah.
there was not much chance I was going to do that. With it
the
being
big
so
difference
accessible.
maker. The big difference maker here was you had a double dip Eastern Palace, and Dracarys single dipped it and skipped the vanilla big Q chest. You did left side, Dracarys didn't, and there was like 2 minutes or so where you didn't know where the hammer was. Like those are the big differences.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, like you guys pretty much did all the same things at the same time. Right down to last location in go mode.
So we both went back for Ice Big Chest.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I figured Drac might leave that for last, but I was thinking maybe if it's there, I'd catch up. Because the GT Big Key just ended up being in a random cave somewhere, and I had like 6 or 7 entrances unchecked, and there was only one of them that could have an item, so I wasn't considering entrances too valuable at that point.
Yeah, Dracarys had the same thoughts. He went and checked every single item location he could before going to those Blanc locations. Except for left side swamp, I guess.
Yeah, just not having any easy way to Village of Outcasts for a very long time was kind of irritating. We had to loop all the way around from that connector.
One thing I was surprised about, both of you did this. Both of you went to Village of Outcasts like the long way after putting it off for so long, without having checked the Desert Palace entrances first. Because I felt at that time like it was really likely one of those was going to just lead you to Village. It ended up not doing so, but I was curious if you guys thought about going back to Desert before making that trek over to Village.
I just hate going from Desert Palace. Honestly, it's so slow. I'd rather take the safe way that gets me there for sure instead of gambling on a connector that might lead me to somewhere else.
Yeah, I think I wanted to try and hold out for some keys to Desert before, like, taking it as a connector.
So, unfortunately, Wulfy, this is the first loss, but you do get a chance to catch back up tomorrow.
Yep, same time tomorrow.
And then, do any of you have any, perhaps strange requests like who rolls the seed in case you get to influence it?
Well, the bot rolls the seed either way, so I really don't care who types the command in.
Oh, okay, Alright, and for you, Dracarys?
Just don't block hammer behind ice pellets again. It's getting old.
Yeah, please. I've gotten so many hammer and ice or hammer blocked by ice seeds in the last week. I could use a break from that.
Oh yeah, there was one other
That's so
question.
weird, yeah.
So when did you get silvers again, roughly?
They were in Sahasrula's hut, right?
They were there, yes.
Yeah.
But I was asking when you got them.
No, he had them.
Got them immediately on my first trip to CAC.
You turned them off at some point, but we weren't sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow they got turned off. I don't know what happened with that.
So I can at least explain what happened there in case it wasn't intentional. What likely happened was you had your... If you were ever in your inventory screen, you had hovered your mouse over the bow and arrows and had hit the Y button to cycle it.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't think it mattered that much. Maybe for Vitreous, but that's about it.
Yeah, you killed Vitreous and Icermos with regular arrows. So lost a minuscule amount of time over the long run. But it was just so weird because they were marked on your tracker.
Yeah, if I turn them off accidentally, I'm probably not going to remember to turn them back on for a while. If I do it on purpose, I usually remember.
So, do our two runners have any other things they'd like to mention about this seed? Any questions before I take care of the administrative stuff?
No, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, same. Just thanks for the restream. Thanks for watching. It was fun.
Alright, with that in mind, folks, please follow our two runners, Wolf38 and Dracarys. Don't forget about my commentary partner, Koi Stream, and our two trackers handling the buttons, Cool Papa Bell 2282 and Lord Xenu 230. And I guess maybe follow me if you think I have a decent amount of passion or just me being a derp on this. Your choice. Regarding upcoming events, right now I believe we have a... Actually, I don't know if it's on right now, but there at least was a Breath of the Wild any % match going on earlier. We also have, in about 1 hour from now, the Ocarina of Time North American Weekly Randomizer Race. At 7 p.m., all times are Eastern, by the way, the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament. At 8 p.m., we have an Ocarina of Time Randomizer 3x3 Multi-World Tournament. And Sunday, at 9 a.m., we have the European Weekly Ocarina of Time Randomizer. And then hopefully we're also going to stream not just the Multi-World at 12, but also... we will stream at 2 o'clock tomorrow, Wolf versus Dracarys, by, we're gonna have round 2. So please, follow twitch.tv/ZeldaSpeedRuns, along with ZeldaSpeedRuns 2 and ZeldaSpeedRuns_3 to catch all of the action. And, what got delayed to 8:45, the Multi-World Tournament? Sorry, I'm just going with what is on the official Zelda Speedrun schedule, which you can find at ZeldaSpeedruns.com/schedule. If there have been time updates, maybe I missed a refresh. My apologies on that. But there you go, plenty of action this weekend, so please stick around. And with that, Koi, any last words?
Just a fantastic GG, fantastic show you guys put on for us, and good luck in your next matches.
Alright.
Well, and this is the time to finish up the stream. Thank you, Wolfman and Koi. And congratulations again to the runners, and of course, don't forget our trackers.
Indeed.
And
we will be back.
We will be back soon with everything you mentioned. And until then, see you soon.
Enjoy.